Now, ammunition. Ammunition, let's start with ammunition 101. Ammunition has weight. Anything that has weight will decrease your maneuverability in a situation where you're either trying to prep or dig in. So when selecting ammunition, it's just as important as selecting a gun or a defensive weapon that you might decide to select. There's various makes of ammunition on the market for various guns. Myself, I look at three key things when I'm deciding for a prepping ammunition: the weight, the reliability, and the effectiveness. Those are three things you should really weigh if you're selecting a prepping ammunition. Now, bottom line is, in a prepping situation, if you have to be moving and being mobile, if you're on the run, you're going to need ammunition that's light. We can start all the way from a .22 caliber ammunition, but .22 ammunition is not very reliable. It's very light. In an emergency situation, it would probably be a good round, but it's not a reliable round, and you need normally have a specific gun to run it reliably, because a lot of 22s don't feed .22 ammunition reliably. So you have to really match the gun to the ammunition. But because it's a rimfire, it's not a centerfire cartridge, means it doesn't have a primer in the center, I prefer to stay away from the .22. And it's not a very powerful round either. Now the next one we could go into, some people could say .32, but we won't even discuss that. .32 caliber bullets. There's the .380. .380 is not very effective. It's not really a rifle bullet, it's a pistol bullet, and I would probably stay away from it. The next one we will go into is the 9mm. 9mm, of probably all the rounds for weight to effectiveness, is a very good round, a 9mm. They make many different types of rounds, and the 9mm is definitely good. They make plus Ps, and it's small, yet you can get up into the 400 foot-pounds of energy out of a 9mm bullet, and it's fairly reliable. Then the next one would be the Smith & Wesson 40. Smith & Wesson 40 caliber is a great caliber also. Very reliable. Weight to power dissipation factor is very good. Now, a lot of people, like I say, might want to get into a bigger caliber, but when we go into the bigger calibers, there's a lot of weight there. And normally you're going to want to have at least probably 1,000 rounds of ammunition. You don't have to have quite 1,000 or 500. But one round we haven't really mentioned was the 5.7 by 28mm. That's extremely light. I think it weighs about 5.5 grams or something. It's not a very heavy bullet. And 1,000 rounds of that is only a few pounds. And the weight to firepower dissipation is pretty good, because you can get some pretty snappy rounds that give you 385 foot-pounds of energy, and that's the same amount as like a 9mm would give you. So when selecting ammunition, you have to really decide on those three factors I told you at the beginning of the video. It has to be reliable. It has to be definitely reliable. It has to be effective. It has to be easy to use, carry, and a lot of that's going to depend on the type of bullet you get. Now let's right away just misspell the myths. You see people on YouTube talking about prepping. They're talking about when they come for your guns. These people are talking about having 10,000 rounds of ammunition, a bunch of rifles and shit. Listen. Somebody comes to your house, they're going to have submachine guns, it's going to be SWAT, and they're going to have helicopters. And you might just have a few minutes to get out of there or just blow yourself up. You know what I mean? These idiots are showing these battle plans, they're going here and here. And these people, the problem is they have no tactical training whatsoever. They know nothing. They're not military people. Even if they were military people, they would tell you the best thing in that situation is just to run, grab your 1,000 rounds of ammunition, your 5.7, and your $10,000 and some IDs and stuff, and run and get out of there to save your life. So having all that guns and bullets and ammunition means nothing. You're better off having some lightweight ammunition, some money, and being mobile than having all that shit all boxed up that you will never be able to access it. So you see these people that have boxes and boxes and boxes of ammo. I mean, it's like, Jesus. And then, how you going to move all that stuff? But thanks a lot for tuning into this video. This video is just meant to bring some realization into the ammunition world. But light ammunition, a light, effective gun, and a little bit of money put aside, and some ID, and a way to escape is the best possible scenario you could have for any kind of situation, because you never know what can happen. But ammunition, guys, let me know what you think. But just like in this here, I'm showing you 50 Action Express. You know how heavy that shit is? 1,000 rounds of that, forget it. You would break your ass. You would never be able to carry it. So that's what I'm saying. You have to get light bullets. But like I say, the 5.7 would be good ammunition. 22 Magnum maybe, and a 9mm. Smith & Wesson 40 is good. The 10mm is also good. For its weight to power dissipation is very good. It's right along. It's like having a 40 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So 10mm is not bad either. But the 9mm, you would find a lot more guns with it in a situation like that. But like I say, you're not going to be trading your ammunition anyway, guys. But 1,000 rounds of ammunition, a good gun to handle it, I think you'd be pretty much set. But make sure you have some money and some passports. Thanks a lot, guys. And that's my take on ammunition. Don't believe the hype.